After the success of Leave It to Beaver, writers Joe Connolly and Bob Mosher created The Munsters, a unique TV series that presented a family of monsters as relatable, neighborly figures. Debuting in 1964, this classic show transformed the way audiences perceive the supernatural, making it feel familiar and non-threatening. The sitcom format remained, but the focus shifted to a family of monsters, balancing spooky elements with everyday family dynamics. The Munsters became a groundbreaking example of how television could reimagine traditional family values through a fresh and supernatural lens. Despite its cancellation after 2 seasons, The Munsters has endured as a beloved and influential piece of pop culture history. Its impact on the television landscape is still evident today, as writers continue to explore the potential of the supernatural within the context of family life. This timeless series serves as a reminder that even the most frightening creatures can have a place in our hearts and homes. After all, they're not so different from us. In the 1960s, Universal Studios, known for its classic monster movies, made a strategic move to leverage its copyright advantages in the television industry. The studio owned the rights to iconic monsters like Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman, giving it a unique edge over competitors. One of the shows that Universal Studios promoted was The Munsters, a sitcom that revolved around a family of monsters living in a spooky mansion. The pilot episode of The Munsters was filmed in color, a novelty at the time as color television was just beginning to gain popularity. Universal Studios hoped that the use of color would attract audiences and set the show apart from its rivals, such as the Addams Family. However, due to budget constraints and the desire to maintain a classic horror feel, subsequent episodes were produced in black and white. Despite the shift to black and white, The Munsters remained a popular show, with its unique blend of horror and comedy appealing to audiences of all ages. The show's characters, including Herman Munster, a Frankenstein-like figure, and Lily Munster, a vampire, became cultural icons and are still remembered today. In the end, The Munsters stands as a testament to Universal Studios' ability to adapt and innovate while still maintaining a connection to its classic monster movie roots. The show's use of color in its pilot episode and subsequent switch to black and white is just one example of the studio's willingness to experiment and take risks in order to create a captivating and enduring television series. In the initial stages of producing The Munsters, Joan Marshall was cast as Lily Munster. However, the creators decided to replace her with Yvonne DiCarlo, who they believed bore a stronger resemblance to Morticia from the Addams Family. This change led to a complete overhaul of the character, making Lily more glamorous and sophisticated. The recasting of Lily Munster was not the only significant change in the show. The Munsters had its own theme song, which was less known than that of the Addams Family. The lyrics for the theme song were penned by Bob Mosher, and it was featured on the album At Home with the Munsters. The catchy tune became a classic in its own right, adding to the show's appeal. The theme song was just one of the many elements that made The Munsters a beloved television series. The show's unique blend of humor, horror, and family values struck a chord with audiences, making it a classic that continues to be enjoyed by older adults today. Despite the changes that occurred during the show's production, The Munsters remained a beloved and enduring part of television history. Kenneth Strickfaden, known for designing Dr. Frankenstein's lab in the 1931 film, also lent his expertise to create Grandpa Munster's laboratory in this classic TV series. He incorporated original props from the 1931 Frankenstein movie, adding an authentic touch to the show's horror aesthetic. This blend of old and new Hollywood prop magic gave the series a unique charm that resonates with viewers to this day. On the other hand, George Barris, a custom car designer, was tasked with creating the iconic Munster coach. He ingeniously used 3 Ford Model T bodies to build this spooky yet whimsical vehicle, reflecting the show's unique blend of horror and comedy. The Munster coach has since become an emblem of the series, symbolizing its enduring impact on popular culture. Indeed, the set and props authenticity, along with the custom cars and props, played significant roles in making The Munsters a memorable classic. The creators' attention to detail and commitment to maintaining a balance between horror and humor continue to captivate audiences, both old and new. Fred Gwynn's exceptional talent was showcased in The Munsters as he skillfully played multiple roles, including Herman Munster and his twin brother, Charlie. The transformative makeup and costume designs played a crucial role in bringing these characters to life. Gwen's ability to convincingly portray different characters was a testament to his versatility as an actor. He would spend 4 hours in the makeup chair to become Herman Munster, the loving father and husband with a monstrous appearance. Yet, when it came to playing Charlie, Gwen had to undergo a different transformation, showcasing his range as a performer. The cast and concept of the Munsters left a lasting legacy. The show's unique blend of horror and comedy, along with its memorable characters, captured the hearts of audiences and critics alike. This classic television series became a cultural phenomenon, inspiring revival attempts and other ventures. Al Lewis, who played Grandpa Munster, opened a themed restaurant in New York City called Grandpa Munster's Restaurant. The eatery, adorned with memorabilia from the show, offered fans a chance to step into the world of the Munsters and enjoy a meal surrounded by their favorite characters. Moreover, the Munsters has been featured in various cultural events, such as the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. In 2018, a giant balloon of Herman Munster made its debut, bringing joy to millions of viewers and introducing this classic to a new generation. In recent years, there have been attempts to revive the Munsters with new adaptations and reboots. These endeavors aim to introduce the show's beloved characters and humor to modern audiences, ensuring that the legacy of the Munsters continues to resonate. The show's enduring appeal is a testament to the captivating charm of its characters and the timeless appeal of its unique blend of horror and comedy. The Munster family will undoubtedly continue to entertain and captivate audiences for generations to come. In the casting process of the Munsters, there were some significant changes made to the main cast. The role of Marilyn Munster, initially played by Beverly Owen, was later recast to Pat Priest. This change was due to Owen's emotional distress, which led to her departure from the show. On the other hand, the role of Eddie Munster was highly sought after, with Butch Patrick ultimately being chosen for the part. He stood out among other candidates, showing a unique charm and charisma that fit the character perfectly. The Munsters is known for its fantastical premise, featuring a monster couple, Lily and Herman, who share a bed. This seemingly small detail was actually quite groundbreaking for its time, as it challenged contemporary broadcasting taboos and social norms. In an era when traditional values were highly regarded, this classic television show dared to defy conventions and present a monster couple as a loving and devoted pair. While the show was lighthearted and humorous, it also made a bold statement about acceptance and love, which resonated with audiences. By presenting a monster couple in a positive light, the Munsters encouraged viewers to look beyond superficial appearances and embrace the beauty of diversity. This message was conveyed in a subtle yet powerful way, making the Munsters a truly unique and memorable show. Even today, it continues to captivate audiences with its endearing characters and thought-provoking themes. Nestled in the heart of Waxahachie, Texas, fans of the classic TV series The Munsters can step into a piece of nostalgia by visiting a replica of the Munster Mansion. This faithful recreation is the brainchild of Charles and Sandra McKee, who have poured their passion and dedication into bringing this iconic home to life. The Munster Mansion replica is not just a static display. It serves as a hub for fans to gather and celebrate the show's cultural impact. Visitors can embark on guided tours, offering a unique glimpse into the world of the Munsters and providing an opportunity to reminisce about this beloved series. Beyond being a tourist attraction, the Munster Mansion replica also plays a role in giving back to the community. The McKees open their doors for charity events, allowing fans to contribute to worthy causes while indulging in their love for the show. The Munster Mansion replica in Waxahachie, Texas, stands as a testament to the enduring appeal of the Munsters. It offers fans a chance to step into their favorite TV series and experience the magic firsthand. For older adults who grew up watching this classic, visiting the Munster Mansion replica is a delightful trip down memory lane, celebrating a show that continues to resonate with audiences today. The Munsters, a 1964 TV series, remains relevant today due to its unique blend of horror and comedy. The show presented a family of monsters living in a suburban neighborhood, which was a novel concept at the time. Its impact can be seen in later productions that use similar themes, such as The Addams Family and Hotel Transylvania. The Munsters also broke ground in terms of representation. The family consisted of characters from various horror movie tropes, such as Frankenstein's monster, Dracula, and the Wolfman, making it one of the earliest examples of diverse representation on television. Moreover, the show's legacy extends beyond television. It has inspired numerous merchandise, including toys, clothing, and even a roller coaster at Universal Studios. The Munsters Coach, a customized Munster coach car, is a popular attraction at car shows and has become a symbol of American pop culture. The show's relevance today can be attributed to its timeless humor and relatable characters. Despite their monstrous appearances, the Munster family members were kind, loving, and relatable, making them easy for audiences to connect with. The show's themes of acceptance and belonging continue to resonate with audiences today. In conclusion, the Munsters' impact and legacy are evident in the many ways it has influenced popular culture. Its unique blend of horror and comedy, diverse representation, and timeless themes make it a classic that continues to be relevant today. The creation of the Munsters in 1964 brought together a unique cast of characters, each with their own fascinating story. Producers sought to assemble a group that would embody the quirky and lovable nature of this new sitcom. Take Fred Gwynne, who brought the character of Herman Munster to life. Gwynne, already an established actor, was initially hesitant about taking on such a role. However, his agent encouraged him to reconsider, and Gwynne eventually agreed to audition. His physical stature and natural comedic timing made him the perfect fit for the role. Yvonne DiCarlo, who played the elegant and sophisticated Lily Munster, had a diverse background in both film and television. She was chosen for her ability to balance the campy humor of the show with a sense of grace and dignity. DiCarlo's chemistry with Gwynne was undeniable, and they quickly became the heart of the series. Al Lewis, who portrayed Grandpa Munster, was a seasoned character actor with a long list of credits. His experience and knack for physical comedy made him a natural choice for the role. Lewis's ability to ad-lib and improvise added an extra layer of humor to the show. Butterfly McQueen, who played the Munsters' mate, Hester, was a familiar face to many audiences. She had previously appeared in Gone with the Wind and had a successful career in both film and television. Her unique comedic style and warm personality made her a perfect addition to the cast. The chemistry between the cast members was evident from the start. During auditions, producers looked for actors who could not only embody their characters, but also work well together. Gwynne, DiCarlo, Lewis, and McQueen all shared a natural rapport, which translated seamlessly onto the screen. One pivotal moment in the casting process came when Gwynne and DiCarlo were paired together for a chemistry test. The two actors immediately clicked, and their on-screen chemistry was palpable. This test convinced producers that they had found their leading couple. In the end, the casting of the Munsters proved to be a perfect match. Each actor brought their own unique talents and strengths to the table, creating a memorable and beloved series that continues to captivate audiences to this day. The Munsters, a 1964 TV series, was brought to life by director Joe Connolly. Connolly's approach to the show was heavily influenced by his love for classic horror films and his experience as a writer for the popular radio program, The Jack Benny Program. This unique blend of humor and horror became the foundation of the Munsters style. Collaboration was key to Connolly's directorial vision. He worked closely with the cast and crew, creating an environment that encouraged creativity and experimentation. For instance, he encouraged actor Fred Gwynne, who played Herman Munster, to develop his character's distinctive walk and voice. Connolly's directing style was characterized by his attention to detail and his commitment to visual storytelling. He often used wide shots to capture the unique set design and costume, allowing the audience to fully appreciate the show's distinctive aesthetic. He also employed innovative camera angles and movements to enhance the comedic timing of the actors' performances. The Munster set design, a Gothic mansion on 1313 Mockingbird Lane, was a creative triumph in itself. Connolly worked closely with the show's art directors to create a set that was both spooky and inviting, a perfect reflection of the show's unique blend of horror and humor. In terms of casting, Connolly sought actors who could balance the show's comedic and horror elements. He found the perfect blend in actors like Gwynne, Yvonne DiCarlo, and Al Lewis. Connolly's collaborative approach to directing allowed these actors to fully inhabit their characters, creating a cast of unforgettable characters that resonated with audiences. In conclusion, Joe Connolly's directorial vision was instrumental in bringing the Munsters to life. His unique blend of humor and horror, his attention to detail, and his collaborative approach to directing created a show that continues to captivate audiences today. In the early 1960s, the entertainment industry was abuzz with the creation of a new TV series that would leave a lasting impact on American pop culture. This show was none other than The Munsters, a sitcom centered around a family of lovable monsters. The production of this groundbreaking series was marked by innovative techniques and logistical challenges that pushed the boundaries of television production. The set design for The Munsters was a crucial aspect of the show's success. The creators sought to establish a unique and consistent visual identity for the series, which led to the creation of the iconic Munsters home. This Gothic mansion, filled with cobwebs and eerie decor, became a character in its own right and captivated audiences with its intricate details. The set designers drew inspiration from classic horror films and German Expressionism, resulting in a highly stylized and visually engaging environment. To construct the Munsters home, the production team transformed an ordinary house in the San Fernando Valley into a spooky abode. They achieved this transformation through the use of forced perspective, a technique that creates an optical illusion of depth and size. By carefully designing and positioning the set pieces, the production team managed to make the house appear much larger than its actual size. The filming of the Munsters also presented logistical challenges. Due to the intricate set design, the crew had to navigate narrow passageways and awkward angles to capture each scene. Additionally, the show's large cast of characters, including Herman, Lily, Grandpa, Eddie, and Marilyn, demanded precise scheduling and coordination to ensure that all actors were available for filming. Despite these challenges, the production team employed innovative techniques to enhance the show's visual appeal. For instance, they used a technique called video assist to review footage immediately after filming, allowing them to make adjustments and improvements on the spot. This approach was relatively new in the early 1960s and helped the team achieve the high-quality production values that the Munsters became known for. In conclusion, the production of the Munsters was marked by innovative set design, logistical challenges, and the use of cutting-edge techniques. The result was a captivating and enduring television series that continues to resonate with audiences today. The Munsters, a classic 1964 TV series, is a perfect example of how music can complement a narrative and emotional tone. The show's unique blend of humor, horror, and family values is accentuated by its memorable score and soundtrack. Jack Marshall, the series composer, was tasked with creating music that could match the show's unusual blend of genres. He drew inspiration from classical music, jazz, and easy listening to create a score that was both playful and eerie. Marshall's use of harpsichord, organ, and guitar gave the show a distinctive sound that set it apart from other TV series of the time. The soundtrack also featured several popular songs from the 1960s, which were used to great effect in the show's many musical montages. These songs, such as the Munsters theme and the Munsters Ball, became instantly recognizable to fans of the show and helped to establish its distinctive identity. According to Marshall, the key to creating effective music for the Munsters was to strike the right balance between humor and horror. You had to be careful not to overdo it, he said in an interview. The music had to be just spooky enough to be fun, but not so scary that it would take away from the show's comedic tone. Musicians involved in the show's production also spoke about the importance of the music in creating the show's unique atmosphere. Guitarist Autry Farias, who played on several episodes of The Munsters, said that the music was a big part of what made the show so special. He added, "The music really helped to bring the characters to life and give the show its own unique identity." In conclusion, the creation of the score and soundtrack for The Munsters was a collaborative effort that involved careful planning, creativity, and a deep understanding of the show's unique tone and themes. The result was a memorable and enduring soundtrack that helped to establish The Munsters as a beloved classic of American television. One of the most iconic scenes from The Munsters is the opening sequence, where the family piles into their Dragula car. The scene is a perfect example of the show's unique blend of horror and comedy. The car, a modified 1958 Cadillac hearse, is a visual treat with its spiderweb grille and eerie headlights. As the family drives down the street, the camera captures their spooky home, complete with a coffin mailbox. The scene is set to the show's catchy theme song, which has become synonymous with the series. In an interview, the show's creator, Joe Connolly, explained that the opening sequence was meant to capture the show's monster family next door concept. The scene certainly achieves that goal, with the Munsters looking like a typical American family, albeit one with a few extra fangs and bolts. Another iconic scene is the episode Grandpa's Call of the Wild, where Grandpa Munster transforms into a werewolf. The scene is a masterclass in practical effects, with the makeup team using foam latex and yak hair to create the werewolf look. Actor Al Lewis's performance is also noteworthy, as he expertly conveys Grandpa's excitement and energy during his transformation. Director Earl Bellamy explained that the scene was a challenge to film, as the makeup process was time-consuming and required careful lighting. However, the final product was worth the effort, as it has become one of the show's most memorable moments. The scene where Herman Munster goes on a job interview is also iconic, as it showcases actor Fred Gwynn's comedic timing and physical comedy skills. In the scene, Herman, dressed in his best suit, towers over his interviewer and accidentally destroys the office furniture. Gwynn's exaggerated movements and facial expressions are hilarious, and the scene has become a fan favorite. Director Norman Abbott explained that Gwynn's performance was a result of careful direction and rehearsal. Abbott encouraged Gwynn to improvise and add his own touches to the scene, resulting in the memorable performance. These iconic scenes have had a lasting impact on audiences, inspiring countless parodies and homages. They have also helped to establish the Munsters as a classic TV series, beloved by generations of fans. The Munsters, a 1964 TV series, brought a unique blend of humor and horror to families' living rooms. The show revolved around a family of monsters, the Munsters, living in a spooky mansion in the suburbs of America. Despite their monstrous appearance, they were a loving and caring family, which resonated with audiences. The Munsters were a breath of fresh air in the early 60s, a time when traditional family sitcoms dominated television. The show's quirky humor and lovable characters quickly gained popularity among viewers. It was a time when families gathered around the TV after dinner, and the Munsters became a staple in many households. The show's impact on pop culture is undeniable. The Munsters introduced a new kind of family to audiences, one that was different from the typical nuclear family. This representation of diversity in families was groundbreaking and influenced future TV shows and movies. Moreover, the Munsters contributed to discussions on relevant social and cultural themes. The show cleverly used humor to address issues such as acceptance and conformity. For instance, the Munsters were often misunderstood and mistreated by their normal neighbors, highlighting the societal pressures to conform to certain norms. The Munsters also challenged the traditional beauty standards of the time. The character's monstrous appearance, from Herman's square head to Lily's green skin, was a stark contrast to the glamorous and polished stars of other TV shows. This representation of diversity in appearance was empowering and sent a positive message to viewers. In conclusion, the Munsters left an indelible mark on television and pop culture. Its unique blend of humor and horror, lovable characters, and discussions on relevant social and cultural themes resonated with audiences and contributed to a more diverse representation in media. The Munsters, a 1964 TV series, received mixed reviews from critics but was generally well received by audiences. The show, which featured a family of monsters living in a suburban neighborhood, was praised for its humor and unique concept. However, some critics criticized it for its low production values and simplistic writing. Notable television critic Cleveland Amory of the Saturday Review wrote a positive review of the show, stating that The Munsters is a funny, fresh, and original comedy. He went on to say that the show has a delightful sense of the absurd, and the cast is uniformly excellent. On the other hand, Jack Good of the New York Times was less enthusiastic about the show. He wrote that The Munsters is a poorly executed attempt at comedy with low-budget special effects and uninspired writing. Despite the mixed reviews, The Munsters was a hit with audiences and consistently ranked in the top 20 shows during its two-season run. The show also received a few award nominations, including a Primetime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Costumes for a Series in 1965. The accolades received by The Munsters, despite the mixed reviews, are a testament to the show's ability to connect with audiences and its enduring popularity. The nomination for Outstanding Costumes for a Series, in particular, highlights the show's attention to detail and commitment to creating a believable and visually striking world. The cast and crew involved in the show, including actors Fred Gwynne, Yvonne DiCarlo, and Al Lewis, as well as producers Joe Connolly and Bob Mosher, can take pride in the fact that their work was able to resonate with audiences and leave a lasting impact on popular culture. The Munsters may not have been a critical darling, but its success with audiences and award recognition speaks to its enduring appeal and place in television history. During the filming of The Munsters, the cast and crew faced many challenges, but they also shared some memorable moments. For instance, the actor who played Herman Munster, Fred Gwynne, was known for his sense of humor on set. He would often entertain the crew by telling jokes and performing impersonations between takes. Butterfly lovers, take note the famous scene where Herman crashes through the living room wall on a bicycle was not without its mishaps. A real butterfly happened to fly into the set just as the scene was being filmed, causing Gwynne to swerve and crash into the wall. The crew decided to leave the butterfly in the final cut, adding a touch of whimsy to the chaotic scene. The set of The Munsters was also a place of creativity and innovation. The show's production designer, Daniel Davis, created the iconic Munster home using a unique combination of Gothic and Victorian styles. The exterior of the house was actually a facade built on the Universal Studios backlot, while the interior shots were filmed on a soundstage. Despite the challenges of filming a sitcom with such elaborate sets and special effects, the cast and crew of The Munsters remained dedicated to their work. They knew they were creating something special, and they wanted to make sure every detail was perfect. One of the most memorable moments from the show's production occurred during the filming of the episode Herman's Rival. In this episode, Herman becomes jealous when he thinks his wife, Lily, has fallen in love with a handsome doctor. During a particularly intense scene, Gwynne accidentally hit co-star Yvonne DiCarlo with a prop telephone, causing her to burst into laughter. The take had to be scrapped, but the blooper was so funny that the crew couldn't help but laugh along. Overall, the making of The Munsters was a labor of love for all involved. From the intricate sets to the hilarious performances, every aspect of the show was carefully crafted to create a unique and entertaining experience for viewers. And while the show only lasted for 2 seasons, its impact on popular culture has endured for decades. The Munsters, a 1964 TV series, holds a significant place in film history. Despite its cancellation after 2 seasons, the show gained a cult following and has been in syndication for decades. The Munsters brought a unique blend of horror and comedy to the small screen, paving the way for future series like The Addams Family. The show's influence extends to filmmaking, as it demonstrated the potential for success in combining seemingly disparate genres. This concept has been revisited in various forms of media, from movies like Ghostbusters and Men in Black to TV shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Santa Clarita Diet. Moreover, the Munsters inspired numerous subsequent works. In 1981, a film titled Munster, Go Home, was released, followed by The Munsters' Scary Little Christmas in 1996. In 2012, NBC announced a modern-day remake of the series, although it was ultimately not produced. Additionally, the original series has been adapted into various forms of media, including comic books, video games, and merchandise. The Munsters' impact can also be seen in the character design of Herman Munster, who has become an iconic representation of the Frankenstein monster in popular culture. The show's distinctive visual style, with its use of black and white cinematography and exaggerated monster costumes, has also been celebrated and emulated in various media. In recent years, the show's enduring popularity has led to a resurgence in interest, with a new animated series in development and a feature film in the works. The Munsters' legacy and influence continue to resonate in the world of film and television, inspiring new generations of creators and audiences alike. Did The Munsters leave an unforgettable mark on you? This 1964 TV series brought a unique blend of humor and horror to our screens, creating a monster family we all grew to love. As we look back, share your favorite memories of this classic show. Did you laugh at Herman's antics or find solace in the family's lovable quirks? How did The Munsters influence your perspective on cinema, especially in the comedy and horror genres? We'd be thrilled to hear your stories and learn how this series impacted you personally. So, don't be shy, share, and subscribe to join the conversation. Together, let's celebrate the cinematic explorations that have left a lasting impression on us